long way to be moving.
It's foggy, it's wet, everything, just the sleep depth, the weather, the weight of your clothes getting wet, the coldness you're getting.
Your body will hurt for all of it, literally.
It's emotionally, mentally and physically draining.
It doesn't matter how you do it or what the race throws at you, you've got to get it done. There's no cowering out of it, otherwise there's no point in coming here.
Mate, any advice for anybody who's doing this race?
Yeah, don't do it.
Good morning, race fans! Over the last year, we have discovered some of the UK's best kept secrets. It's all thanks to following 3 iconic ultra running races through a bunch of places which before this, we never even knew existed.
And for sure, we've made some big mistakes, we've learned some important lessons, but along the way, we've become immersed in the culture of ultra running.
Good luck, fellas! Good luck, ladies!
What we're doing then, JC, we catching runners?
Well, in the midst of this blizzard.
Keep going!
It's good to be started. It's good energy. I mean, it's cold.
I mean, if you're going to do it in winter, this is what you want, isn't it? Proper winter conditions. Jump on. Where else would you rather be?
It's great to be out in a stinging blizzard. It might not be the longest of these kinds of races in the world. It might not have the most elevation and descending, and it might not be the most remote, and it certainly isn't the hottest.
But it is the most Britishest, and this is quality winter clag.
It's textbook winter clag, and it's a combination of every single element all at once, and the fact that there's no daylight that makes this spine race, the Winter Spine Race, arguably one of the toughest races of this kind in the world.
Enjoying the wintry weather?
But the summer spine wasn't enough, you'd come back to the winter spine.
Time to complete it this year.
Imagine what it's like, 15 hours running in the dark on top of the moors, like
this time of year.
And there's no better reminder of how serious it can be than right here at the start of the race.
We're on the tops above Manchester, and it's like being in another world, isn't it?
It really
up here.
is.
The conditions are savage.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better example really than what lies in front of us. This is the wreckage of a B-29 bomber that went down at night time in bad weather conditions. And the thing is, up here, if you've got that combination of darkness and bad weather, anything can happen and things can change faster than you realise.
The old adage of be bold, start cold. The Winter Spine was the first spine race, and 2022 marks its 10th birthday. 10 years of freezing cold, dark nights and long miles.
Lots changed in that time, right, from then till now?
Yeah, so the numbers are 1,000% in the last 10 years, the growth of ultra running. That's just amazing.
1,000% more people want to come out here and do this kind of stuff.
Can you believe it?
People like this.
Keep it up! It's about 7 o'clock and here we are at the Hebden Bridge checkpoint. We've been watching the runners coming in. Up the road now we have Damien Hall and Kim Collins. Those guys look like they're flying, they really are up the road, out the way. We've just watched a couple of other runners come in, fast change, new gloves, new socks, new shoes, bit of food, and then straight back into the night. Pretty impressive stuff.
And I'm here with Millie Troop, who's part of the team of support. And how's it going so far, Millie?
It's fun, it's very busy, very manic, not much sleep.
There's so many more people doing ultra distance running than there was 10 years ago when this race started. What's behind it?
The reason I do it is just to prove myself that I can. I think a lot of people out there is just kind of pushing what you can do, pushing the limits of kind of human endurance and kind of what you're personal, what you feel you can do. Some of it I just don't know. They're a little bit bonkers, I think.
This man is far too chipper. He's far too chipper.
I kind of expected it to be horrendous because anybody that's done the spine says it's horrendous. Actually, it's kind of okay.
You're the happiest face we've seen come in here.
Keep that and interview me again at Hawes.
I think so, yeah. Again in Middleton. See, well, get yourself in, get yourself warmed up.
Thanks, man.
What we got going on there? Only flesh wound, isn't it?
Just a scratch, innit? Just a scratch.
Ian Keith coming in to the Hebden Bridge checkpoint, the first checkpoint on the Winter Spine Race. Won the Summer Spine last year.
I'm feeling old. It's a bit technical today. Yeah, I was asking myself what the hell I was doing as usual.
Yeah. I suppose the way I justify it is if I wasn't doing the race, I'd be watching the dots, so I might as well be a dot. So you may as well be a dot.
Mate, how about the weather at Bleedclaw today? It was absolutely brutal.
How about a whiskey to warm up?
I think warming the cockles seems like an excellent idea.
Here we go, and the pints are on you, if I remember right.
I think so. Do you know what's going to make this dot watching even better?
Yeah, you need to get your round in.
Oh, well, actually, this might surprise you. For a change, I've put the order in already.
Have we got those pints in yet?
Yeah, it's finishing now.
We're going to be way beyond Malham by this time tomorrow.
No way.
What the actual?
Surprise, surprise, guys. You didn't really think I would let you have all the fun, did you? Oh, and by the way, you're barred. Get out.
I can't believe you're getting away with not paying for another round.
So here we are. What do you get when you combine Vibram soles with a bunch of rock that's been wet for 48 hours or more, Harry?
Yeah, this is slippy. I mean, we're on Malham and it would be beautiful to take in the view, but you just do not want to take your eyes off your feet, do you?
Basically been sliding more than I've been walking.
Done things like the you know, other ultras and things, but the conditions nothing like this. I can see why they say it's Britain's brutalist ultra.
There's no easy bits, like even the flat bits are just like bog, and then yeah, it's just exhausting.
So then guys, top of Malham Cove, one of the gems of Yorkshire.
So just over there we've got some of the UK's toughest premier climbing routes to Tahila.
That is spectacular.
You don't fancy any of that?
No, thanks.
Neither do I either.
I think I'll pass.
I thought we were switching phones off when we're shooting.
Well, unfortunately, producers. How good are you guys at rock, paper, scissors?
Well,
the
I'm
best.
about to find
Really?
out, I guess.
Right. Undefeated champion. About to take you on. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Ready? Yes!
No way. Absolutely.
Yes! Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
You're so lucky.
Right.
So lucky.
Good, you better gonna move on to Montane. Come on, boys.
Do you ever get the suspicion that you know what's going on when you turn up at a place like this?
Bitter cold, the most uninviting water you've ever seen.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. It says, welcome to Malham Spa. Spine racers face cold for over 83 hours. How long can you face it? Get yourself in Malham Tarn to find out. What a spot, Harry Wickham. Holy smokes, this tarn's amazing. Tell you what, as producer challenges go, this one might be cold, but it certainly is beautiful.
Do you know that this tarn is actually a reservoir, technically speaking anyway?
What, Malham Tarn is a reservoir? It's amazing.
Yeah. It was actually formed as a glacial lake. The clay bottom on the bottom and the limestone on the surrounding hills have created an alkaline water body that you just don't find anywhere. In fact, this is one of 8 in the entire of Europe. It's really special.
What you're saying to me makes it sound like it might be scientifically important or something.
Oh, this is a triple SI, bells and whistles, all the bobs.
This is a triple SI lake?
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all, how do you know all of this?
Oh, it's well known. Everyone knows. The flora and fauna in this lake are really specific to this place. There's a white claw crayfish that bobs about in here.
Mate, forget
don't find
your story.
anywhere else.
We're leaving.
What?
Mate, nobody knows where you've been swimming last. Let's just go.
Those guys got the short straw. I get to go and have a nice pint in the Tan Hill Inn, Britain's highest pub.
Tahila, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Chris, good to see you enjoying your pint.
Yeah, just a little rest, off shift.
So what do you think motivates the runners to do this?
I think it's all about like living in that pocket of finding out how far you can go or what you can do.
There was actually one guy earlier who didn't even come past here. I was chatting to him and he just carried straight on. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine.
Again,
just cracked on.
It's amazing what a bit of sleep, some of them had some sleep now, and it's amazing what just a bit of sunshine can do to mentality.
True. Even though the conditions are really good today, do you reckon it'll stay like that?
No.
Well, that was cool, catching up with Chris. Let's go find some runners.
I had a decent sleep, probably
Good.
about 3 hours, something like that, so
call that decent. That's insane. So, chafing status, 1 to 10, where are you at?
I'd give it a 6.
6?
Yeah.
And as you said, you can't reveal where it is.
I'd rather not.
David, most painful part on your body right now?
It's my ankle.
Ankle. Chafing status anywhere?
Chafing is good. It was bloody awful yesterday. It is good today.
Any tips into keeping any areas chafe-free?
Don't go for a long run in the Pennines.
Huge amount of space between the runners at the moment, so there's a lot of ground that they have to make up to make sure that they get to their checkpoints on time, and judging by the snowy and icy conditions through last night and into this morning, I think it's definitely going to be a massive mental game for a lot of them.
All right, so yeah, it's tough. And the message is that you can't just walk straight into ultra running and doing races like this without some sort of prior experience. But where do you start, and how do people get excited about it, and why are more people getting excited about doing stuff just like this? Danny, it's great to see you, and what a laugh we had a few weeks ago at Kendal Mountain Festival, eh?
Amazing, amazing, yeah. Festival was full of just our people, basically. Mad people like the people doing this blooming spine race.
There's definitely something a little bit special going on here. It can be a bit intimidating, because you're like, this is a bunch of specialists, whereas you're at the other end where you're just like, this is great, it's really good for you, come and give it a go, and you'll find a community of people who are just as fired up to do things as you might be.
Yeah, that is exactly it. It's that accessibility, it's taking the first step in your running journey, and I think, you know, clubs can be really, really, really scary, and if they just see us laughing our heads off, having a wild time, you get into this community and you realise that, oh, I was born a runner. Lots of people will finish that 5K and think, well, that's beyond where I thought I could actually do. People are completely resetting where their limits are physically. Once they smash through those limits, they come back into themselves, they look at the rest of their life and they're like, I'd set this limit on myself in my job or in my relationship. And they start thinking, well, maybe I can smash through this. And you just see their whole life progress on all levels.
The thing that you can take from all of this is that it's tough sometimes to drag yourself off the couch to go and take that first step towards some sort of athletic future that you haven't thought of. And Danny's whole ethos is about providing the culture that you want to be a part of, to make this just part of the day-to-day, to make it something that you want to take forward yourself, to make the whole thing fun.
There's always that one person that you go off walking with and they ain't got their admin down, they're not going to together. Forget your head torch.
I wonder what else I've forgotten. Over the crossfell in the distance, and then around the corner to the hospitality of Mr. John Bamber.
Oh yes,
Greg's hut.
If you ran across this and you were hallucinating, you would genuinely think that you were losing your mind. Oh, it's so pleasant. Good weather and bouncing bog.
And I lost my glove. Yes is the answer.
Every 8 stone is sheet ice. It's like Takeshi's castle does the winter spine. We got spine racers. This look very Star Wars.
Absolutely.
It looks straight out of Tatooine. It's like that, so at any angle of the wind, the helm wind, the only named wind in Britain, any angle of it, you can get shelter right there. But we're going to, what's the name of the hut?
Greg's hut.
We're going to Greg's hut. A hot cup of tea, perfection, joined by John, Mary and Matt, volunteers that make this thing happen. I think this race brings more nutters out, as in there's nutters everywhere and they all come to do this race, or is it turning people into nutters by giving them the idea of even doing it?
I'm not a runner, so I just can't get into their head as to why they do it. I think this is a camaraderie and the people they meet. It's the same for volunteers, we see the same people time and time again. I help on other races, good races, and it's not the same.
I tell you what, it really is. You make the spine race. The mountains, the hills, the rivers in the distance are one thing, but it's you guys that truly make it the race that it is. So, skull. We'll drink tea to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, John, Matt, Mary.
I don't really know what the guys are doing, probably dossing up a hill somewhere, but I'm actually going to do some work
here at the Alston checkpoint and find out what's happening with the runners.
The people have been better than anything I could have possibly imagined.
Oh, you're going to be back then, yeah?
Yeah. I'll be back next year. Yeah, I got to give it another shot.
Absolutely, yeah,
right.
Definitely unfinished business, that's for sure.
I left Chicago on Wednesday. I arrived on Thursday and made my way to Haas. And so really just Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we raced. I wasn't falling asleep till 1 in the morning.
So it's just like a...
Right.
That's accumulation of everything.
Thank you.
Oh, the famous lasagna.
Okay.
She was telling me that there's an actual Instagram page for the lasagna.
Oh, really? Yeah, I had several people tell me that I needed to get here to get to the lasagna was the one reason for coming here. I think it's my 4th piece.
Surely it can't be that good.
It is.
Well,
it is.
I've got a recipe. I reckon if we give it a run for its money.
I doubt it.
The moment of truth.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Let's check this lasagna process then.
Ooh, best one yet. This is where the magic happens. Alston lasagna.
Nah, not convinced.
Harry, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yo, JC, what's up? What's up?
I've just sent you a pin just there. I think I might have found a good spot for a nice swim.
Happy days. Right, see you there, buddy. Peace out.
All right, man. I'll see you there.
So after all the lasagna hype last night, I thought I'd show them what a real lasagna tastes like. Oh, here comes one now. Oh, he ain't ready. Please, sir, would you like to try some of my homemade lasagna? It's way better than the one in here. Nice. Oh, really? Oh, right. He must have eaten already. That is the 3rd person to turn down my lasagna today.
Are we on the North Tyne River?
We're on the North Tyne River, and I think this is about as cold as it gets at this time of year. Are you ready to suck it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
South Tyne, not the North Tyne.
It's South Tyne.
This is the South Tyne and not the North Tyne.
Well, it shows, yeah, basically we don't even know what's going on anymore, which is pretty standard for the spine race by this stage.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. I don't know where I am.
Going in?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! God, I've got a bit of tunnel vision there. Oh, mate, come on.
You know, you can't
fight. You can't hack
Can
this.
you tell that is
You
just
can't
not
hack
in it?
this. This is not good for you, Harry. You've got a
where's
dodgy
the
shoulder.
producer?
I'm out.
Oh! Haven't even started. We're supposed to do a length.
Swim a lap across the river and back. I've had enough.
I am the winner.
Well, I have to hand it to him. That extra bit of blubber he's got him is obviously doing something in here.
I am the winner. I mean, I'm the winner of the most pointless competition. I mean, it's not pointless because I am the winner of it. So
yeah, exactly.
A win's a win. Oh, that was good. That was one of the best spa days I think I've had. But
I want a refund.
Yeah. It was not a heated pool.
No.
But, let's go and find Tahila. She's on Hado's wall. So let's go and hunt her out. How does she make out things like this?
Do you think she's actually done any work?
No, unlikely. Maybe she'll have done a few squats and put it on Instagram.
Well, this time I have a strong suspicion that Tahila's actually brought us to a place where there's going to be some runners, so that's good.
And what a spot to find them as well.
I love Sycamore Gap.
Iconic.
It's awesome.
Oh, hey guys!
Hey T!
T!
Bring us to a good spot.
Yeah, how you doing? You made it up here.
Oh.
Isn't it beautiful?
You missed a good dip.
Which one have you won?
Well, I have to take my hat off to him.
Oh, Harry!
The Iceman!
Well done, Iceman.
Unbreakable will!
Can't say I'm surprised, but I would have put you neck and neck, to be honest.
To be fair, it wasn't much of a chance. James literally got his ankles in and then ran out. So have we seen any runners? Is there anyone about?
Actually, guys, a couple of them just passed up there not too long ago. So really? You might be able to catch them.
Why is that?
Well, you lost the challenge, warm water boy. So get moving.
Off you go.
Get running.
Yeah, go on. Over the wall. Here we go.
What does it mean to you to be walking along Hadrian's Wall? Because this is the point at which somebody from the northeast knows that they're almost there.
Yeah. Well, my house is closer to here than the finish, so.
So jeopardy.
I've always wanted to come here, and what an incredible experience! Such a
cool,
iconic part of the spine race.
I mean, this is one of the northeast premier landmarks. It is an amazing piece of construction. Me and T-Bomber on a bombing run. Woo! Looking for Debbie. So we've got one of our sponsors hanging out on the on Hado's wall.
So I was training Mia earlier on, at the quarry, but she's just too quick.
Yeah. So Tahir, when are you going to drop the South African accent?
I don't know what you're talking about. Debbie! Woo! I'm with Debbie, the leading lady. Debbie, how have you got such a pace at this part in the race?
A lot of sugar.
Yeah, you had much sleep?
No, not much. A couple hours. Had a couple hours last night, which was really needed.
Mental space?
I'm happy, I'm content, and that's really the best you can
look at that smile, you're definitely happy. Debbie, you're absolutely smashing it. Oh my gosh, what
She's
a
so
woman.
lush as well.
Wow,
What a
she's
nice-
amazing. Biggest smile, got her pace on. She's just going for it.
Killer.
You!
So you're literally spending every day for 4 days doing nothing but running and being outside. If you love being outside, it's heaven.
You're in your little bubble.
We've been outside, freezing.
Ooh, J-Bomb.
And JC's just been sitting in the van doing absolutely nothing, probably drinking a cup of tea. Thanks,
Well, there's
JC.
been a bit of that going on. But the good news is I've taken care of business for tonight's meal and we're off to the border. Guys.
Cheers. You
Good
made
get
it.
home. Well, it's pretty cool to be here, but we've ended up slightly ahead of schedule because, well, the race, it turns out, is as brutal as everybody says it is.
Yeah.
We've lost, I don't know how many leaders now, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damo's gone. Who else is gone?
Kim Collington's gone. Eugene's gone.
Yeah.
Every time you think you know what's going to happen, yet again, the goalposts get moved and the situation changes.
It's the nature of the spine though, isn't it? My money's on Ian.
And in the girls?
Well, I mean, Debbie, if you look at the distance between Debbie and Elaine, I don't know, I mean, she could close the gap, you never know.
I think you're right.
I think they're
let's
too
see.
far apart to call. And
Yeah.
part of me wants to say that there's a chance that Dougie and James could catch Ian.
That would be. Oh.
At Hawes, Ian looked trashed, and he was like 6 people. He was like 6th, 7th, maybe. He kept his pace like a metronome, like everyone says he is. Rather than catch anyone, the leaders just started to drop out one after another.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, mate, here's to tomorrow and find
Yeah.
out what exactly
Wow,
is
it's
going
going to be a
unfold.
mystery.
Probably-
Cheers, guys.
Where else would you rather be at 4 in the morning?
Oh, no way, Harry. What do you reckon?
What do you reckon? We're going to do a little bit of the old.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, oi, oi.
That's an effort, all right.
Look at him, still smiling as well. Good lad.
Where do you begin with an effort? Like Ian Keith's there.
I don't know really, this is...
Well, I'll take my hat off to him. That's what I'll do.
Well, it's too cold to take my hat.
Yeah.
There was a guy in his sandals stood there, and I was like, "Oh, you want to? Do you know Ian Keith?" Ian, he's like, "Oh no, I've just done the Northern Challenge, and I just wanted to come out and watch him." You've just done 160 miles, and you're standing in your flip flops at 4 in the morning, watching him coming in.
That's the community
That's
though,
just
that's the family of
Yeah,
this.
right
This is
on.
what it's about, right?
It is. Well done, guys. Emotional times, huh? 1, 2 and 3 decided.
Yeah, I'm so pleased that those lads, because you never know what can happen from Greg's hut.
Would you like a border biscuit with your border beef burger? You dirty bugger. Booyah!
All right, with the podium settled and the first 3 men safely home, was wondering what's going on in the ladies.
Well, Debbie's still leading the field. Elaine, there's a huge gap between her and Elaine, so I reckon we should go and catch them up, see if we can have a word with them.
Where was the last place you saw Harry?
Let's get the hut too, let's get a
Yeah.
shuffle on. Fine.
Let's do it.
Into the Chivians.
Woo!
Let's go. You see that angle that the wood comes back at?
Yeah.
If we keep the north side of where that finger that's pointing straight at us is pointing and walk up, remember in Wales,
I'm not saying anything, I have total faith in you.
you're leading. Off you go.
He is in high spirits. It's not going to be a rerun of Honest to Pass. It's going to be a Ferrata.
I've already fallen once today. Woo!
I cannot believe that it's actually there.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
Hot Tubs. Welcome to Hot Tubs.
Woo!
So guys, how's it been up here? A bit chilly. If anybody was thinking they needed an adventure in their life, the Spine Race gives it to them right here, eh?
Yeah,
definitely.
and coming along Border Ridge as well, you know, the last few miles, they've had a bit of a journey this last morning, you know, a few hours.
We've got a leading lady coming through,
Yeah,
right?
Debbie, we've seen her on the ridge.
Are you not quite proud of us for not only getting to the point that we set off to reach and actually catching runners.
I love these kinds of huts out here in the wilderness because they're the home of stories.
You know, 22 days on the Pennine Way, Ian, Turner 2013. People come and they leave artworks like this, and then they leave inspirational messages. Jim says, go vegan, and then just here it says, F Jim. It really is quite inspiring.
Debbie, how are you feeling? Leading lady?
I'm good, I'm good.
Mentally, what have you drawn on the most, you think, during this race to get you through? What's the one thing right now, if you could eat anything? What's the one thing you're looking forward to eating the first thing when you get home?
Toast.
Really? With? Just plain toast? Well done. Really. We can't wait to see you at the finish line. See you soon.
I'm so glad you caught up with Debbie there.
How amazing was she? Coming down the hill at such a pace, and the emotion in her face was just incredible. I actually saw a video yesterday of her that she posted online saying goodbye to her son at the start of the race, and she was just saying, you know, it's bittersweet because she's got to leave the family behind, but I think in a sense it's like she's doing this to make them proud. So it really got me thinking, you know, why do they do these races?
Yeah. JC, didn't you do a piece on hard charging women in the mountains at Kendal?
Candlemark Festival, we had quite a bit of that, but off the top of my head there was one story which I really liked actually. Beck's Ferry has got a great story a bit like that one. Maybe let's let her tell that one.
So I had a birthday whilst I was on Manaslu, I think, in September. My eldest daughter had given me a birthday card. It was one that she'd made herself. She'd put pictures on the outside of her and I and me doing various bits and pieces. And it was what she said inside that really sort of, as a mother, validated what I was doing was important for me, but also important for them. And she had written that she was incredibly proud of me and she wouldn't have been the person she is today if I wasn't her mum and her role model, and I inspired her by getting out and doing these things. And yeah, so that was a particular moment. I'm sure there was lots of blubbing in base camp that day.
Oh, I can imagine.
I wonder what she's up to now, do you know?
Well, I haven't heard from her for a little while actually, but now that you mention all of this stuff, I think maybe I should just drop her a message and find out what she's doing now.
Hey James, it's Bex here. Thanks very much for your question. Would I say that ultra running has given me the success on the mountains, these big mountains? 100%, absolutely. It's given me not only confidence to know that I can look after myself in big mountains, but the capabilities to have these massive days out. And that's the whole thing about being in the mountains, is that you've got to enjoy them. And to have that physical and mental endurance and capacity means that I can enjoy and endure, and that is the beauty of ultra running, and there's very much a crossover of the two. So I'm grateful for all things ultra, and good luck to everybody on the spine. You're mad, and I'm also very jealous.
I want to be there.
Same. And actually looking at this makes me think of Debbie. What is the evolution, you know, for her? What is the next step for her from this?
I think when you have a base in something like ultra running, it can just set you up. I mean, like Bex took it to the high mountains, which is amazing, but whatever you want to do, I think that ultra running sets you up.
It gives you the package.
Yeah.
It gives you the endurance, it gives you the orienteering skills, it gives you the mental toughness.
I think what's really powerful about Debbie, Bex, and all of the athletes in this race is that they're all kind of normal people.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of that's powerful, isn't it? They have busy lives and they have a lot going on, but yet they achieve and they go and do these awesome things.
It's like you said yesterday, T. Ordinary people doing
extraordinary things.
Right on, mate.
It's true though, it is absolutely true when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Normal people just absolutely smashing the boundaries.
Relatable.
It is.
I think that's powerful.
When we got the call to take on Crash Course, we had about as much idea as you about what we were supposed to be doing on this show, and since then we've learned a little bit about ultra running.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we didn't know that much, but T, no offence, you didn't know much, did you?
I didn't think you guys would notice, but if I'm going to be honest now at the end of this, I didn't even know how to dot watch. I had no hiking boots. I mean, to me this was like, what are we doing here?
I mean, on the face of it, there isn't much appealing watching slow-moving runners covering huge distances in the dark, wet, cold Miz.
Well, it all started in the summer spine, which by comparison to the winter spine seems like a walk in the park, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah.
God, thinking back to that, we just set out into the middle of nowhere and discovered a race which just kind of like caught our imaginations.
Do you remember the crowds in Ambleside?
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, all the locals standing out in the street cheering people down the road.
And the volunteers, as they come in, the bags are ready, the tea's ready, the food's ready.
And it's important to remember that, you know, none of these ultra runners could be out there having a go at this if it wasn't for that volunteer network that's putting it on a plate for them.
Speaking back to the community as well, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a Facebook page for the Spine Race and for all the races, I'm sure. But it's not even like the community, the people behind the race. It's your everyday person on the street, rocking up to the checkpoint, taking pictures, updating the rest of the guys. I have to say, in all my years of sport, I've never seen a community quite like this.
Did you know that Alston has a lasagna Instagram?
I don't know what you're talking about, never heard of Alston.
I hit the news to hear what you were offering people around that place.
Do you reckon they'll let her in the group?
Oh, they'll ban her from the group. You'll not be able to find it if you
First
search
of all,
it.
I wouldn't want to follow their group. They should follow my group. And second of all, you guys didn't even see the lasagna. I don't know where you were.
I saw a photo of the lasagna. It looked like a bedpan. It was awful.
Just leave that there and we won't speak about lasagna. Moving on, back to ultra racing. Yep.
Do you know, talking about community and things though, actually one of the best things about this is it pits men against women and there's no difference. They're just out there doing it together. Look, we've just passed through another year where Jasmine Paris's record has survived the onslaught of Damien Hall and a whole bunch of people who might have had a crack.
Absolutely.
The weather wasn't that bad for this winter spine.
No.
But 83 hours is still a target and it was set by a woman.
Absolutely. Well, that's exactly it. And I think, as you say, the men and women, they're kind of put side by side now. Even some stats I was reading, the paces are even leveling out more over the years. It's incredible.
There's no like limit.
No, I
just think that's what's so good about it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Well, it's a 10-year voyage of discovery for ultra running itself. It has grown so much in that time, and it's been a privilege to be amongst it with you guys.
Yeah.
So
I've
from the
loved every
Crash Course
moment.
team,
Cheers, guys.
thanks for having
Cheers,
us,
guys.
and we hope you've enjoyed watching this daft little thing that's been going on. And until next time, see you later.
Salut.
See you later.